The liturgical year is drawing to a close. We are reading and meditating on texts from the Bible about the time when Christ will come again at the end of the world. For we believe that God will come again to judge the living and the dead. We say those words every Sunday and other times in the Creed. In the Eucharistic prayer, we also say, "We proclaim your death, O Lord, and profess your resurrection until you come again." Christ will return. That is God's plan. It can happen today or 300 years from now. But only our Father in heaven knows the exact time. We should not be fearful. We should say, "Amen, so be it." There is still time, whether it's short or long in length, to be ready for God's judgment. But preparing for it now, before it's too late, is best. When I think back to my 28 years at DuPont Canada, there were more than a few times that there would be a downturn in the economy, and we were all worried about our jobs. And it's really no different today. Concerns about making the mortgage payment or rent or utilities bills or groceries are still a concern. All much more seems to be much more expensive in just the last 5 years. And the lineup outside the food bank grows and grows. When I was worried about being laid off, I asked one of our HR managers, if the layoffs came, when would they happen? He replied in wisdom, "Bob, if I were to tell you that you and others would be laid off 12 months from now, how would you and the others react to that news? Of course, you would be upset, but how would you be functioning at work or at home or elsewhere for the next 12 months? Some may just give up, and during the next 12 months, excuse me, some may give up, and during the next 12 months may be full of anxiety or fear, and not seeing that this time would be a golden opportunity to improve ourselves, to be better employable, no matter what happens. And it's really no different with our spiritual lives. Not knowing when God will return allows us to grow in holiness, to become whole. Matthew Kelly coined the phrase, to be the best version, to become the best version of ourselves. He wrote the following: God calls us to holiness, and everything that happens in our lives, every trial, every tragedy, every heartbreak, as well as every triumph, is an opportunity to grow in holiness. How we respond to those trials and triumphs can lead us to grow in character, virtue, and holiness. In this Sunday's bulletin, Father Hibbard, in his gospel reflection, wrote, "We are faced with multiple choices to make each day, which may seem insignificant, but they all add up, pointing us in particular directions, sometimes good, sometimes less so. Seek the grace that comes from the sacraments, frequent confession, and receiving the body and blood of Christ. When we are patient with our little brother, or when we are patient with that most difficult customer or coworker, when we are patient with a parishioner's restless child in a nearby pew, it is an opportunity to grow in holiness. Some may say that striving to be the best version of oneself is a selfish goal. Nothing could be further from the truth. Every time we receive God's grace and cooperate with God's plan for us, we become a better woman, or husband, or mother, or son, or sister. By growing in holiness, we become whole. We become a spiritually improved worker, neighbor, parishioner, citizen, Christian, Catholic. And that leads to a better parish, better community, better country, and world. God, who created us, knows us much better than we think we know ourselves. He can see deep inside of us and see what we can and should ultimately become. May God's love make us what God has called us to be.